We will now continue our discussion from our previous session of philosophy of science regarding the basis of scientific explanation. The scientific explanation mechanism needs an impelling prime mover to reflect an original process. It's a bit like playing with dominoes, when just as the rest of the dominoes remain motionless until the first token of the row finally falls. And falling dominoes are, by the way, a perfect illustration of the scientific process of causality. The moment of the beginning of the primacy of the causality process into infinite past leads on one hand to the fourth dilemma of Kant's antinomy about the beginning of causal series, while the principle of scientific reason, on the other hand, does not allow to fall into the opposite part of the same Kantian antinomy. It's very interesting that Kant himself did not attach much importance to this discovery of the fundamental paradoxicality of the mechanical thinking of science, while simply stating that our thinking is not suitable for such mental operations, as if one after that then consistently could continue to build the scientific world in parts when it would be impossible to do it all in all. And even though this judgment of Kant, after all, indeed is an expression of self-criticism, of the very ability to judge, one may certainly ask, wouldn't it be more logical than to recognize the illogicality of logic itself and look for another model of explanation, instead of trying to construct a rational word in spite of the result which indicates a confrontation of the mind with its own reasonable conclusions? But this concerns not only the philosophy of Kant, but actually any philosophy, and our sessions are obviously also not an exception in this regard. Positivism can be seen as a systematic development of the model of scientific explanation, according to which, in this respect, there is no fundamental difference between the natural and the humanitarian sciences. Unlike the philosophy of science, science itself did not raise the question of the metaphysical foundation of its activities. And the fundamental principle of scientific explanation is all in all to establish consistent patterns, whether they may be laws of physics or linguistics.